Words carry enormous power. Ancient wisdom tells us that what we speak can either heal or destroy. Our tongue may look small, but it can cut deeper than any blade. Words don't leave visible wounds, yet they can stay in the heart for years. A single sentence can lift someone up or break them down. When used with care, words become a source of strength. When used without awareness, they become our greatest weakness. Speaking at the right moment, in the right way, can open doors to success. Speaking carelessly or too often can quietly ruin our peace. Today, I want to share a story that reveals why silence is not emptiness, but power. A story that shows how learning when not to speak can completely transform your life. Long ago in India, there lived a well-known Buddhist monk deep inside a quiet forest. Far from crowds, far from noise, he lived a simple life rooted in meditation. People from across the land came to seek his guidance. One day, a powerful king arrived at the monastery. With tired eyes and a heavy heart, the king said, "Even though I have wealth, status, and comfort, my mind never rests. I feel irritated, exhausted, and unhappy. I have everything, yet I feel empty. Please help me find peace." The monk looked at him calmly and replied, "The answer you seek already exists within you. You simply haven't discovered it yet." Then he proposed an experiment. For 15 days, the monk said, "You will stay here. You will live simply. You will sit alone. And most importantly, you will remain mostly silent." The king hesitated, but desperation pushed him forward. "I'll do anything to calm my mind," he said. The first day was unbearable. Without constant conversation, the king felt overwhelmed by his own thoughts. Questions flooded his mind. Old worries resurfaced. He wanted to speak, to distract himself, but he resisted. That night, something unexpected happened. For the first time in years, his mind slowed down. A gentle calm replaced the chaos. It confused him, but it also comforted him. The next day, he spent hours in silence, observing nature. The trees, the birds, the sky. Things he had ignored his entire life suddenly felt alive. He wasn't rushing. He wasn't reacting. He was simply present. Days passed. By the 10th day, the noise inside his mind had softened. By the 12th day, he found himself slipping naturally into deep meditation, without effort, without force. And by the end of 15 days, the king felt lighter than he ever had. He returned to the monk and said, "I finally understand why my mind was always restless." The monk smiled and asked him to explain. The king said, "I spoke too much. I wasted energy on unnecessary conversations. I judged others. I replayed negative thoughts again and again. All that talking, inside and outside, drained me. It distracted me from my duties and led me toward failure. The more I failed, the angrier and more unhappy I became." He paused and continued, "These 15 days changed me. I realized I was living incorrectly. I also learned something important. Meditation doesn't need to be forced. When the mind becomes quiet, meditation happens naturally." The monk nodded and said, "This is not just your story. This is the story of humanity. Most people speak far more than necessary. Words are often used to complain, criticize, and hurt. And this constant noise creates conflict, stress, and suffering." Once, a student asked Gautama Buddha why he remained silent so often. Buddha replied, "I stay silent so I can go deeper within myself." Silence is the doorway to self-knowledge. Without silence, true understanding is impossible. In truth, most of our talking is unnecessary. If people spoke less, countless problems would disappear. Fewer arguments, less anger, less restlessness. Someone who understands silence can remain peaceful even in chaos. They can be alone without feeling lonely. They can be among people without losing themselves. Peace doesn't come from others. It begins within you. When you feel disturbed by the world, close your eyes. Turn inward. That is where your real strength lives. That is where your life energy flows from. No one else can take you there. You must go within, by yourself. Inside, you'll discover a stillness that refreshes you, like stepping into cool water on a hot day. Each time you return from that inner journey, you come back calmer, clearer, and stronger. And something beautiful happens. You can speak, but your words no longer disturb you. You can communicate without losing your inner peace. Your words gain depth, softness, and power. Like music, people listen when you speak less. They respect those who choose words carefully. True intelligence is knowing when to speak, where to speak, and what to say. Look at great individuals throughout history. You'll notice they rarely waste words. They speak with intention. And because of that, their presence alone carries weight. So I invite you to try this. Spend at least 20 minutes each day in silence. No phone, no conversation, just you and your breath. Let your thoughts settle. Let your inner world speak. Because happiness doesn't come from noise. It is born in stillness. If this story resonated with you, support the channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Let me know in the comments what topic you'd like to explore next. Until then, choose your words wisely and never underestimate the power of silence.